In college, I got a BA there, and with some majors in history and in English, and I studied viola da gamba performance at the Oberlin Conservatory. I then took 4 years. 4 years after I graduated, I went to Columbia Law School.
In what year did you receive a BA from Oberlin?
1991.
And what did you do in the 4 years between your graduation from Oberlin and going to law school?
I was a kindergarten teacher in the South Bronx at a homeless shelter for a few years. And then I did freelance editing work for an academic press named Routledge, and simultaneously was the writer research assistant to feminist cultural critic Bell Hooks.
And remind me, sir, where you went to law school?
Columbia.
Did you receive your JD from Columbia?
I did.
In what year was that?
1998.
Having received a JD from Columbia, I take it you know what a statute of limitations is. Is that correct?
Correct.
After receiving your JD from Columbia, what did you do in terms of your professional life?
I worked at Fried, Frank, Harris, Schreiber, and Jacobson for about 4 years, 3.5, 4 years. I was in their tax department. And after that, I went to work at Paterson, Belknap. And I was also in the tax department there, but worked on primarily with their exempt organization clients. Paterson has a large exempt organization client practice.
Is it fair to say that you worked for Mr. Schwartz's firm, Paterson Belknap, from about 2002 until about 2005?
That's exactly right.
Did there come a time you left Paterson Belknap to work for the ACLU Foundation?
Correct.
At the time you left, was the ACLU a client of Paterson Belknap?
Yes.
And it continues to be a client until the present day, correct?
Correct.
Was there any time between 2005 and today where Paterson Belknap ceased to be a client of the ACLU?
No. You mean where the ACLU ceased to be a client of Paterson, right?
Yes, thank you for that correction.
Yeah, no, we've been a client the whole time. Not always with active matters, of course, but a client the whole time.
In what capacity did you start at the ACLU Foundation in 2005?
I was the ACLU's first in-house lawyer. My title was Senior Corporate Counsel.
What were your responsibilities generally when you began as Senior Corporate Counsel at the ACLU Foundation?
My role was to serve as the organization's in-house lawyer and to assess what the needs were for an in-house counsel department or practice at the ACLU.
And I take it you have continued to work.
There was a $500,000. That would be submitted. Do you mean direct payment?
Between the two of you, correct?
Direct report.
Sitting here today, do you know how much money Ms. Hurd has actually donated to the ACLU, actually remitted to the ACLU?
Yes, I do.
How much is that?
So when you say remitted, do you mean direct payments from her personally, or do you mean payments on her behalf, or payments from a donor advised fund that she might have set up, or
We can break it down. Let's first from how much has Ms. Hurd paid directly to the ACLU?
That would be $350,000 paid directly.
All right, that's some money at least, it seems.
Paid indirectly and credited to Ms. Hurd.
There was $100,000, which was a check from Johnny Depp.
All right.
There was a $500,000 payment from a donor advised fund at Vanguard. And then there was a $350,000 payment that appears to be from a donor-advised fund at Fidelity.
Oh, wow.
Making it total $1.2 million.
What are those donors, man? So Johnny paid directly some money.
Credited toward Amber Heard, to what are you referring?
And I think I might have done the math wrong. Let me just do the math in my head. It's 700, 800.
Oh, that doesn't look good.
1.3 is the amount.
Doesn't look good.
We received a check from.
I almost feel sorry for her.
For the $100,000 payment, we received a check from Johnny Depp's representatives, and it was said to be a payment in connection with, on behalf of Amber Heard. She confirmed that. The $500,000 payment from Vanguard Charitable, she confirmed was a payment on her behalf, and the $350,000 payment as well.
When you say credited toward her, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Well, she had, when we initially had contact with Amber Heard in 2016, she indicated her desire to pay $3.5 million to the ACLU, and that was, and these were amounts that were in relation to that, her having expressed that that's what she wanted to pay to the ACLU.
So it's fair to say that she has not donated $3.5 million as of today to the ACLU, true?
True.
When you say that Mr. Depp, our client, donated $100,000 to be credited toward Amber Heard, did the ACLU in fact credit that $100,000 toward the $3.5 million Ms. Heard promised to donate to the ACLU?
We do credit it.
Yeah, I guess, all right.
Did Ms. Heard direct you to credit it to her account, as it were?
We asked Ms. Heard if we should credit it, and she said that we should.
With what person or entity is Vanguard Charitable associated?
So Vanguard Charitable is a nonprofit that Vanguard, the financial institution, has set up that provides for a wide variety of donor-advised funds for individuals to use for their charitable giving. So there are thousands of Vanguard Charitable donor-advised funds.
Okay.
If you were asking specifically about the one that we received the $500,000 contribution from, we believe that is a donor-advised fund that was set up by Elon Musk.
What?
Who is Elon Musk?
He's a tech entrepreneur.
Oh, seriously?
To the ACLU Foundation in his own right?
Yes.
But it's your testimony that as to...
Oh, man, look at that. Daddy Musk just, bam.
Charitable, that was
stepping in.
Elon Musk, correct?
We believe so, but it is not conclusive.
Did the ACLU have any communications with Elon Musk about the
Wow.
$500,000 contribution?
Yes.
And please describe those communications.
There is a document that we
Wow.
produced that Elon
Wow, this girl, she's
emails.
hustling, man. She's hustling well. Oh my God.
What did Ms. Heard tell Mr. Romero or the ACLU about her donation and how much she was going to contribute?
There were communications back and forth between the ACLU and Ms. Heard, including a thank you acknowledgement letter that was sent under Mr. Romero's name to Ms. Heard, thanking her for the $350,000 contribution, noting that it was part of her intention to make a $3.5 million contribution to the ACLU, and Mr. Romero attached to that communication a standard ACLU pledge form and so that was the communication. We were aware
So
very early
500
on that the
and 300 plus
contribute the $3.5 million to us
from Vanguard,
of
or just 500?
her $7 million divorce proceedings. I don't recall which specific communication with us gave us that knowledge.
What, if any, understanding did the ACLU have prior to the publication of the op-ed about Ms. Heard's plans to dispose of the other half of the $7 million settlement, or the other $3.5 million?
Yes, we understood that the other $3.5 million, the other half, was going to a children's hospital in Los Angeles.
When did the first donation, the $350,000 from Ms. Heard, actually arrive at the ACLU?
It was very soon after the communication between Elon Musk and Anthony, and I believe that it was that communication was in August of 2016, and it was shortly thereafter.
Please describe your conversations with Ms. Weitz.
I asked Ms. Weitz whether it was her decision to
This is news.
ask Ms. Heard to be an ACLU ambassador.
I mean, honestly, I'm not surprised
She indicated that it was.
that she didn't give all the money.
Ms. Weitz
But
to describe what are the criteria
that Elon Musk jumped in with one of his charity or charity that he support through him, whatever, how it works.
Asking for becoming an ACLU ambassador.
Man,
And
Jesus.
yeah, and what were the reasons why she thought that Ms. Heard would be an appropriate ACLU ambassador?
How did Ms. Weitz respond?
She said that ACLU ambassadors are people who are artists or influencers that are aligned with one or two
That's
ACLU
one expensive vagina, man.
policy issues. And the criteria for determining whether somebody can be an ambassador is that they have prior expertise in that policy area, that they can speak in detail about the area, that they are aligned with the ACLU's policy views of the area, and that they have significant following so that their communications to the public that we support reach a wide variety of people.
Of those criteria, which did Ms. Weitz identify as the most important, if any?
Man, this does look
I don't
good.
think there's any that she did not identify any as the most important.
What, if anything, did Ms. Weitz tell you about Ms. Heard's expertise in women's rights?
Ms. Weitz said that she had arranged a meeting between Ms. Heard and representatives of our Women's Rights Project and our Reproductive Freedom Project, and Ms. Heard spoke with such clarity and expertise on issues of gender-based violence that she decided that she would be an appropriate person to ask to become an ACLU ambassador, and she did so.
What, if anything, did Ms. Weitz tell you about Ms. Heard's significant following?
Ms. Heard, Ms. Weitz said that she looked at Ms. Heard's social media.
Man, I feel sorry for her, but she's messed up.
Anything else?
She needs help.
Not that she said to me.
You know,
let's look to
at the end of the
topic
day,
6. What, if anything, did you do to prepare to testify about your role?
she just swindled a couple of men,
in the conception, preparation, drafting,
two
or
powerful
publication of
men.
the op-ed?
Like she played them, you know, in the palm of her hands, basically.
I had 3 meetings with our lawyers.
Wow.
I spoke with Ms. Whites and Mr. Romero.
Please describe your
Dude, why did you do that to yourself, man?
I asked Ms. Whites whether she was involved and what her involvement was with respect to the conception, preparation, drafting, and our publication of the op-ed. And she indicated that because of her role as our Director of Artistic Engagement, she was involved in all aspects of the conception, preparation, drafting, and publication, and that the other members of the communications department who worked on this, even though they didn't necessarily report to her in terms of our hierarchy, they reported to her in terms of this specific task. She was the person who was the director of this project.
Did Ms. Whites tell you that she participated in the drafting of the op-ed?
She was in. Yes.
Other than Ms. Whites, were there any other lawyers at the ACLU involved in the drafting of the op-ed?
Ms. Whites is not a lawyer. So were there lawyers involved in the drafting of the op-ed? I believe it was the drafting of the op-ed was all done within the communications department.
What is Ms. White's academic background?
I don't know her academic background.
Was any ACLU lawyer, and I mean in-house lawyer, involved in the drafting of the op-ed?
I believe the answer is yes. I believe that there are documents that support back and forth between support for the op-ed, but I don't recall.
Sitting here today, do you know how many ACLU lawyers were involved in the drafting of the op-ed?
No, I don't.
Were there any ACLU lawyers involved in the reviewing of the op-ed before it was submitted to the Washington Post?
Yes, there were.
How many?
I think there were 4.
Were you one of the 4?
No, I was not one of the 4. And to be clear, when what I was referring to were people in our legal department who are experts on women's rights issues. There was nobody from neither I nor anybody on my in-house counsel team was involved in the.
Wow, this is interesting too, man. This part.
Why not?
We were not involved. We were not brought into the loop. I don't know why.
Is it fair to say that the ACLU didn't think there were any potential legal implications to the ACLU involved in the publication of the op-ed?
I have not spoken with any of the lawyers in the legal department about whether they thought it would be necessary to involve any member of my in-house counsel team in the review of the op-ed.
Who were the 4 attorneys in-house at the ACLU who were involved in reviewing the op-ed before it was submitted to the Washington Post? Okay,
so I was referring to people in the legal department, not the in-house counsel's office, the legal department who do our work, our civil liberties litigation and advising on legal issues relating to civil liberties. And I believe that the op-ed, the 4, was reviewed by Lenora Lapidus, David Cole, I believe Louise Melling was involved, Um, and there may have also been a fellow that was involved in reviewing it. These are all, there are a number of back and forth emails that we produced that will indicate specifically who those people were.
Oh, this is quite interesting, actually. And again, you see everything unraveling, and it doesn't look good at all on her. And it's also quite shocking to see that Elon Musk somehow donated money for her, which is not a little amount of money. I mean, of course, we're talking of a billionaire, but doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. $500,000, almost $1 million is also still $1 million, also for a billionaire. So that's remarkable, and also tells you that probably you don't know those things, how they work. For the little amount of time that they were dating, he felt compelled to help her out. Maybe out of kindness, maybe because at the end, he's a good man, Elon Musk, and he bought into the cause, and maybe he also wanted to show off a little bit in their way to gain points. Again, I think he dodged a bullet right there. The manipulation could have gone worse and worse. And again, like, I'm not the type of person that I want to see her like burned at stake or something. If anything, I feel empathy even towards her, because obviously she needs help. It's a person with mental health issues and other diagnosable things that can be easily be a danger for a good person, or a person also that is going through difficult times. In this case, Johnny Depp. So this could repeat in the future. So I just hope that there is a way to help these people, including her. Honestly, if there is a possibility to be either on medication or consulting, whatever kind of help of professional is available out there to aid this lost soul, because she's definitely messing up. And of course it's pretty difficult, because you don't know if it's possible to help or not. All we know is that the mess that she's leaving behind has caused quite an impact on the life of Johnny Depp, almost destroying him completely. So all right, another wow, we're learning so much here. This is incredible. Oh man, the most expensive vagina ever so far. You guys, you gotta chill. Guys with the money, guys with power, you gotta chill. That's not cool. That's uncool. Just chill. Keep the money. If they want to donate, let them donate. Anyway, guys, always spread love. Talk to you later.